What is going on, guys? It is Mr. Banks coming at you live with another trade recap. Now, today I want to go over momentum or breakout trading. I think this is probably the best way to trade from beginners to advanced traders. It is something that is so easy. Anyone can do it. It's based just off of levels and using momentum to take your trades. And today I want to go over this type of strategy to help you become a more consistent, profitable trader. But first, hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of this educational content I put out on a daily basis, guys. Now, today I am going over, as always, a live trade that was taken here on Google. And as we know, Google went absolutely nuts today. I want to show you why and how I took this trade. So let's go ahead and get started with it. Let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys. Now, as you guys can see, this was a live trade that I called and took with the group today in the Wolves of Wealth community that I am a part of. But let's get started on what is momentum, what is breakout trading, and then we'll go ahead and get into the actual trade so that you can start taking trades like this. This strategy in itself has taken my losses to $100 wins to now thousands of dollars every single day taking this type of strategy. So what is momentum or breakout trading, guys? Momentum trading and breakout trading uses strength from price action to dictate trades, right? This is one of the best strategies to use from beginners to advanced traders in options trading. And this type of trading allows traders to trade only at easy and identifiable levels. So a lot of new traders get confused. They don't know where to take a trade, they don't know where to take entries or exits. Today, this video is going to show you how to take great entries at identifiable levels. Levels are something that you can take and find using the strategy, I think, in my opinion, very easily. So momentum trading, we can use the candlestick action, right? Price action to actually understand how to take these trades. The momentum of a market is the rate of acceleration of its price or volume. As an oscillator, it helps identify trend lines as it measures the rate at which the price moves up or down. Candlestick patterns may show signs of price direction and momentum. If price accelerates, a trader may consider taking a long position, whereas if the price rate decelerates, this might be a signal to short or get out of your trade. So going over Google, we're going to see the momentum accelerate from pre-market into our breakout level. So you'll be beginning to see a lot of trades if you practice and study this chart. So go ahead and take a screenshot of this. It's not going to look exactly like this every single time, but this generally is what it looks like when we're looking for momentum in a trade. I get this question a lot. Well, what is momentum? How do I know if it's going to break out? False breakouts. Well, we want to look for something that has strong momentum. And what we're seeing with strong momentum is candlesticks building, right? We kind of have small bodies starting to turn into larger bodies until we get a big breakout, especially at a big resistance level. And now once we get a big breakout, we can kind of do a figure eight here with this. Here is this candle over here. We have that strong momentum, and then eventually the momentum will start to die out once we get to a certain level. And this could be, especially of a small account, a place to exit a trade. But I'm also going to show you how to stay in a trade for as long as possible, just using the trend of this momentum. So go ahead and take a good look at this. Momentum accelerating is we have smaller bodies going into larger bodies, breakout, with decelerating, having that big breakout momentum candle, decelerating into smaller bodies. Guys, this isn't a super complex thing. We need to simplify trading as much as possible. I understand it gets very confusing. It can become overwhelming, especially during market hours while things are actually moving. But if we simplify trading into what it really is, we can become better traders. So now let's go ahead and take a look at Google. As I showed you guys, we did take Google today off of this break. So let's go ahead and head to the 1 hour to show you where my trend line or resistance level, breakout level was. Now, we were playing the break of this 121, about 121.25 level. How did I find this level? Well, I've actually had this level for quite some time now, guys. How I found this level was dating all the way back to about June 8th. June 8th, this was a very, very massive support level. But if we go back a little bit further, now I am using the 1 hour time frame. I love using the 1 hour. It's probably my favorite. We can see that we can support here, resistance here, resistance, guys. So you could see that dating back, honestly, all the way to May 16th, this was a big support resistance flip. Now, what do I mean by support resistance flip? It is a level that shows strong support, but also shows strong resistance when we get that kind of pivot back and forth on it. So we can easily see this was a strong support level, but also we have, once we go below the support, it turns into a big resistance level here. And it also is the beginning of this gap fill right here on July 6th. So taking into account the support resistance flip level, the gap down into this now resistance level here, we can see that this is a pretty big level. And if we break out of it again, we're more likely going to go to our next big level, which was all the way up here around 123.50, but we did eventually get to our 125 level up here. So now, how do I take an entry on this? I go down to the smaller time frames. So let's take a look. I use the 5 hour mostly to take my entries. Now, what I was seeing in pre-market was Google was showing some strength in pre-market, right? There is holding one of my levels around 120 as a support in pre-market. And as the market started opening, we can see this momentum. So if we take a look here, right, this momentum to a big breakout momentum candle. Well, let's take a look here, right? Look very familiar, right? Small candle bodies turning to big momentum candles. So again, pretty familiar. So this is something that you want to look at, especially when it comes to breakout trading. Now, let me go ahead and go to TradingView so we can actually get a live example of it actually playing out, which I think will help you guys tremendously actually seeing this play out. So let's go to Google. We'll go on the 5-minute. Let's hit that replay button. Or actually, let's go ahead and draw a line here. 125, about 30 was our level. So go ahead and draw that. So let's go ahead and hit the replay here, guys. And see exactly what I'm talking about. So as I'm watching this, as I'm watching the market open, I'm watching this trade play out. Let me go ahead and zoom it up a little bit. So you'll be able to see, guys, the momentum actually play out here. Give it a little bit of time. You can see that we're building up, building up. We're also holding pre-market low, guys. We're also holding pre-market low. So that was another thing coming into the open today. As we held pre-market low, we're pretty much flagging out here, looking to break. So now we came up. We came up to our level, rejected it, but then we had a massive bounce back into this level. So let me replay that one more time for you guys. Kind of zoom it down just a little bit for you. So let's take a look here. So as it's playing out is we're holding pre-market low, right? We're holding pre-market low. We're holding this pretty much big level. And now we see that big momentum come out, right? So the open, we're coming in an open, big momentum coming out, showing us demands there, showing us that there's a lot of strength. And what happened, we came down, we're holding this pretty much big support level that we're creating here in pre-market. We came down, we touched long wick to the bottom. So this long wick is telling me that there were sellers trying to come in at our level here, but it got heavily defended very quickly by buyers. That's why there's a long wick here, right? Wick to the downside, showing us that buyers bought this up, causing the momentum to head up. Now, as it plays out, we have a big push past our level. So now you want to ask, how could I take this entry? Well, first we know that we've seen that this was a big momentum trade. Not only are we holding a massive level, especially when we try to sell off here at open, we have a long wick to the bottom showing us that buyers are buying in. Wicks are indicate, was there sellers, was there buyers? Always think about it as a battle between buyers and sellers. So in this instance, we could see that there's a lot of buyers holding this level, pushing the sellers back up, trying to win this battle. Now we want to play the break of the level. So we have this momentum building, breaking through our level. Once this candle opens up, especially taking into account Google flagging out, holding levels, we try to sell off from our level here, but it got backed up very quickly and was a big push, big momentum through it. So now my risk reward is once this candle opens up above this level, a full body above this level, my risk reward is now there to take the trade. That was when we made the call, as when we took the trade, was when we broke this level, we had this next candle open up after that level. Now, that is how you take the entry. Moving on from there, how can I stay in this trade for as long as possible? Well, one thing I like to use is the 8 EMA. Now, the reason I use EMA versus SMA is because it's more heavily weighted to the most recent price action. EMAs are more heavily weighted to the most recent price action. So now we're in this. We took the entry. Again, we saw that momentum move. We passed our level, defended this pre-market low. We took our entry once we saw the candle open up past this level here. Big momentum passed, candlestick body open up past our level, breaking out and holding it as support, called a retest, if you will. Now we're in this trade. What I can do is hold this trade as long as we stay in a trend. Now, again, I like to use the 8 EMA here on the 5-minute as our trend. Another thing we can do with the AEMA is go to the larger time frames, zoom out. So in order to sell out of this trade or sell out of our runners, I would wait until we have a full body candle close below our trend line. So this is our trend line. The AEMA, use the 5, 10, 15-minute. Always zoom out. I would always suggest to use the 15-minute as well when we're riding the trend. Wait until we have a full body candle below the level, right? So below our trend line. In this case, technically, we would have a break and hold below this level, but this is a flag out. So since we're already all the way up here from about 3 points up, we can still hold runners just in case this does flag out and move up like it did. But typically, we would want to wait until we have a full body candle close below the level of our trending trend line, this AEMA, to actually sell out completely of our runners, which this wouldn't have been a bad spot either to take a complete profit taking at this level. So hope you guys enjoy this. Hope you guys got some good information, especially about momentum trading, breakout trading. Definitely look for momentum to accelerate. That is the price action. And what you're watching at price action is to see bigger body candles move up and get bigger and bigger. And especially if they're breaking through our level like that, that's showing us there's momentum, showing us that there's demand. And that is how you play a breakout trading strategy. And again, a deceleration would just be the opposite. So hope you guys enjoy this. My name is Mr. Banks. I will see you next time. If you have any questions, drop them in the comment section. I'll be able to get back to you as soon as possible, but appreciate you guys for coming out. This means you want to become better traders. So I will see you guys next time. Love you guys. Let's have a good end of the week. Let's all become consistent, profitable traders, and I'll see you on the next trade recap. Love you guys.